A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Let's take up a medical case today, medical issue topic today, and see how planets affect our spinal cord. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your suggestions, your opinions there. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do, and do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. When we talk about medical astrology, we have to look at the planets in a very different manner. Malefics being malefics, even if they are yokaraks, will give the effect of their maleficence in medical astrology. Planets, even when they are exalted and placed in dushtanas, for example, this is one example that I always give, and I do not feel that I am repetitive enough. For Amitabh Bachchan, he has a Vargottam Jupiter sitting in the 6th house. For him, it's that strong Jupiter, but it's exalted, but it's sitting in the 6th house. It is also the lord of the 2nd and the 11th house, gives multiplicity, but has also given him multiple ailments, because 6th house talks about Rog Ripurin. A very strong planet there will give its effects. Though it's said that when there are benefics in 6, 8, 12, they tend to tone down the maleficence of that house. So, we would not know what would have happened had there been a malefic Saturn sitting exalted in the 6th house. In the medical astrology parlance, it's very clear that when you have malefic planets being very strong in the chart, or when you have, even if you have benefic planets which are strong in dushtanas, they do tend to give their malefic effects to the person concerned. With this view in mind, when we talk about spinal injury, the spine injuries, generally Mars is the karak for injuries. Any kind of hurt, any kind of fall, any kind of break, any kind of cut, all of it is seen by Mars as shown in Uttar Kalamrit. Bones are represented by Saturn also, and as per Elizabeth Hickey, you will find that Saturn represents the backbone of a person. It can be well seen that if Mars and Saturn are aspecting each other, the person tends to do a lot of technical work, the person tends to be very linear in their thought process, can have an engineer bend of mind, all that. But that's for the natal chart, when we are doing things like profession, when we are doing things like importance of career and how a person can make money. But when it comes to medical astrology, as I repeated earlier, Mars and Saturn combination, either sitting together, either an aspect, even a partial aspect, is not good, because it tends to bring about injuries of the spinal cord. I have seen this chart is of a gentleman who has Mars, which is the lord of the Lagna and the 6th lord, and we see that this Mars here is retrograde and debilitated. So, it is a very strong Mars. Saturn, the lord of the 3rd house. So, they are the lords of the dushtanas, but and is also retrograde in the 9th house, but are sitting together in the 9th house should have brought about luck for the person. Saturn in the 9th house is said to be good as per Bhavarth Ratnakar, but when it comes to malefic effect, this person is suffering from chronic backache for the last 34 plus years. So, we see that people, in fact more, the person is suffering from say around 40 years of backache. So, we see that a person can have backache issues. Now, let us move to stellar personalities that we know of. This person we have all heard about, Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve is the former Superman, very famous for his acting abilities and for portraying Superman. In a very freak accident that he had, he fell down from his horse and it so happened that due to spinal injuries, he was paralyzed neck down. And you see his Saturn is sitting in the second house. It's also the 6th lord and the 7th lord. It becomes a Maraka. And it aspects Mars, which is a Yoga Karaka, in the 4th house. So, Yoga Karaka does not matter. What matters is that in medical astrology, how are the planets connected? You see, according to the data given when Christopher Reeve fell down, this was what was the dasha for him. It was the Sun dasha. Sun here is sitting with Saturn. It was the Saturn Antardasha, Moon Pran dasha, and Moon we know is sitting with Mars in the 4th house with Mars's Shukshma dasha. Another actor very famous in India, Shah Rukh Khan, and his chart, if you look, you would see that this Mars, which is sitting in the 2nd house, is again the 7th lord, and the 2nd lord becomes again a Maraka. So, when they become Maraka, they become potent, extremely potent to bring in those injuries, the unsaid injuries that we would not even go around looking for them, they come on their own. And then Saturn, which is a Yogkarak for this chart of Libra Lagna, sitting in the 5th house, is retrograde and is aspected by Mars, and in turn aspects Mars with its 10th aspect. Shah Rukh Khan is said to have undergone a lot of spinal injuries and consequently lot of operations or remedials also. So, when we look into any planet's value or its propensity to give injuries to its gives diseases, we need to see it from a different lens while studying medical astrology. Saturn Mars combination is said to be good when we talk about money, when we talk about career, when we talk about changes in career, etc. But when we talk about medical astrology, this is one planet, this is one combination, this is one aspect that one should be very careful about, because it can bring you serious injuries in the spinal cord. So, do write to us if you know anybody who has such a combination, and we will let you know how it can affect or during what period a person can undergo certain problems. Till we meet with you again, stay safe. Thank you.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.